Madara immediately having to pop wall versus Conan, instantly going in full berserker mode, trying to see if he can walk away from that rift with a quick fear onto Madara. What is that warlock rift called? It's like basically you put it up for a second, and after a few seconds it like expires, and any enemies caught in a rift gets sent to your portal. What is that PvP talent called specifically? Zerker Rage out of Conan just to make sure he doesn't get feared or anything like that. Madara still got full raw dot damage onto Conan with the Dark Glare used up and everything. Conan's just living it just by the skin of his teeth. Does still hold on to Enraged Regen, so this is just him healing with Bloodthirst as well as his personally healing. Madara looking for a couple instant cast procs as best as he can get it. Haunt down onto Conan. But this is where Conan tried to see if he can get himself that angle, leaping in, charge right after. Madara technically has himself maybe possibly a decent setup here with a succubus. He's seeing trick it out for Conan. Does land a kick on that fear. For Madara, if he's got himself a proper go here, this would be a great time to do it. Fear onto Conan. But you're like, no, wait a second. That haunt hit so hard. You actually killed yourself with that haunt. I don't think you meant to do that, did you? I don't think you meant to do that one, huh? Because he had to reflect. He probably thought like, oh, well, you know, I got to fear him, so you didn't get to reflect the fear. That means I must have used his thing, right? Fear out for Conan, break it out of the blind, instead of making sure not to hodge Conan down in the stun while reflect is up. Got him some plenty of damage, plenty of pressure. I think he's back down to a hammer build, right? Pretty sure he's back down to a hammer build. Conan with a quick stun. Conan needs a lot more healing right now. He needs everything to survive. Does go for a stun. I think it might be over. If's in a full Wake of Ashes. Herald of the Sun, so he's not a hammer build. Conan, if you could just get Bloodthirst off him, you might be able to live. I don't know if you could actually use that Warlock Hellstone. It looks like it's off cooldown, but I don't know. With that pally damage, there's just not much you can do. Yeah, that is tough. It's on a 4th or 5th now. No! Wow. Dude, you gotta roll better. You gotta get some better dice. Bop out of Cinna. I think it's just over. Yeah, I think he maybe meant Spell Warden, right? He probably wanted for Spell Warden. Actually, he does have both. Maybe you made it. I don't know if Bop was a choice of like intentional to like at least stop taking physical damage, or they meant to do Spell Warden, but then they hit the wrong one, or the game gave him the wrong one. Either way, though, for Chills, just IBF. Technical Bubble. Wait. I was gonna say technical bubble still available for the pally, but I don't know if he was running the talent for bubble through immune though. Still have room? Yeah, might be able to get you in here, man. That's how you do, my guy. Chrono trying to see if he can get himself an angle. Chill pills immediately with the AMS. So Chrono can't even start the opener here. Does get him some defenses, which is perfect. This is actually the best time to resume Renewing Blaze, because that's going to be full burst out of chills. So you're going to be able to get a lot of healing out of it. Does get himself technical loss of damage. Huge hits back to back. Silence Talent is at least breathing just to get away from the guy. And needs a wall. Does go for the counter on the grip. That is so good. Big disintegrates. Able to go for a bit of a fire breath. Void up Rachel just to catch up with the guy. As he still got more disintegrates, gripping him in with a quick blind. Chrono technically does have some damage behind his goes here. Tactical still has something to work with. AMS with chills, just not much you can do. Try to knock him, but he's mounted up sturdy on that horse. Ain't going nowhere. That is so rough. Full meteor down. Chills does go for a death pact in order to give himself a little bit extra health to work with, but cannot heal. And with Dork, you're good, my guy. You're good, honestly. Honestly, even if you technically Spell Warden does help against the DK, but they still do have physical damage though too. Well, actually, now I'm wondering, Frost Strike is frost damage, but it's a melee hit. Does that get countered by Spell Warden, or is that a full hit? Because certain abilities like Wind Strikes from Shamans, even though they are like nature damage, it still uses the coding for a Wind Strike, which is a melee hit, even if it hits from a distance. Like you won't be able, like, I'm pretty sure it doesn't go through a bop or like physical defenses. I'm pretty sure rogues can kind of sort of dodge them sometimes. There's some random ways that abilities work, and you think they work one way, but then they'll work another. Like paladins have mostly holy strike damage, so you think, oh, holy strike damage, mostly holy with a bit of physical, probably goes through bop. Actually, a good portion of abilities do get immune by bop. Which, surprise, surprise, big damage out from Mr. Block, popping out of the block in the early to try to see if he can bury Chills. IBF and AMS is up. Chills using everything just to live the stun onto Mr. As he got himself a bit of mobility, immediate route to follow, does get himself a proper stun, rooted out in the open, silence to follow, just using whatever he can just to create additional pressure, needs to go for as much healing as possible. Big damage on Mr. though. Oh, it just crushes him. I think we're just mostly trying to go for self-heals. but he does end up getting a lot of damage. Death and Decay down on both sides, and Tetna's trying to get himself an angle. With a big enough arena here, he knows there's just no way for the Rogue to approach it easily. Lichborn instantly for chills. AMS is available. I might help a little. Trick it out of the Rogue too. Got himself an evasion. Chills does get a stun on Rogue. A couple of heals here and there. Deathpack might be usable here, but no. Tetris does continue on the pressure. Instantly, man. Instantly. I didn't realize the talent magic bot didn't work. Yeah, exactly. It's weird, man. It's weird. For some spells it would, for some it wouldn't. It's so tough, man. Like, unless you just know, unless you just like have a friend that's a Frost DK and like an Anthem Shaman and all these other classes that have this, so like all these like magical melee hits to test, you won't know until you like get some actual tries out of it. You know what I mean? Because some spells you're like, oh wait, I just looked at Shady and I was like, wait, I can't see Shady. He's actually invisible. Wait, he's a little better rogue than a rogue. Literally invisible. Taking a lot of damage. Wait, actually invisible. Huh? He's literally devoid. He's literally devoid of life. Tetna's got himself a Cloak of Shadows. Shady's trying to see if he can live this. This could potentially be the Rogue's big go here. Rogue got to go through 3 players. Stun onto Shady. Trying to see if he can keep the pressure rolling. A big swap with Boink as he goes in for a stun. The Rogue might be under a ton of trouble. Does have a blind. Kick Juke is unfortunate. It does give him full precog. Maybe blind run away, but I think it'll cheat death. It just is over. That is rough. Definitely tough on that one. Chills with 3 there. I don't know what kind of a burn spray you would go for, but that was wild. Frost DK with the Rider, once you get full burst and big frost strikes, it's just nothing you can do. Actually, just a ton of damage. Finally getting a proper chance to play Shadow Strike in the opener, trying to see if he can play versus the Pala. Instant human racial out of the Paladin. Shield of Vengeance with a wall, taking some damage with Blood Dagger. Could potentially be taking huge hits here. Does go for a big wake, and is going to be advantage. Asuna not able to go for a full go just yet. Did he get a Dawn Light onto the Rogue? He did not. No, so it's just going to be double Dawn onto Senna. Lots of healing. Long-term hot should be able to give him a lot of that survivability, especially versus Rogue. But if you can get that long-term dot on a Rogue, literally 0 chance for the Rogues to ever escape out of your sight ever again. Oh, man. It is one of those dots that's like super infuriating as a sub-Rogue, I'd say. Because like this is where you need the reset, but if you constantly eroded dotted to the dot, you just can't get a proper go. Gum some advantage, might just have to cloak here potentially. Bob out for Cinna, still has a bubble. Blood Dagger is gonna have a go, but he needs an escape. He has a meld, so maybe he could have a go and then meld Cloak of Shadows, proper go, and then meld out before bubble. Unless you just take down bubble real quickly, big eviscerate, bubble out. You have meld, you can meld, and he almost escaped scot-free. I think he's still dotted by someone, but at the very least, he's able to break a distance away from Cinna, and no Dawn Light rotting him down. As long as you can get yourself a actual reset. Eyes are picked up by Cinna. Maybe a sap around the corner. Final wreck, not gonna let you. With the wake of matches on that gouge. Oh no, this is the worst situation to be as a rogue. You can go for proper stuns though. You have dance and everything. Stun, I don't know if you win this. I don't know if you live. No cheat death. Oh, this is so rough. Kidney, this is where you have to have a big go here. Everything else you got. Big secret technique. Wait, Eviscerates might just do it. Hold on a second. Oh, do you still die to the Dawn Light? I swear. That's what I meant. It is an infuriating thing. It's great for Paladins, and Paladins love it, but like as a rogue, I just gotta be honest here, man. It's like, great cross kill though. Well done, well done. Gotta love it, man. Buff Rogue is up next. As Australia trying to figure out who's going to be next over for the team 1. Is it buying? You're shifting around. It's gonna make Buff Rogue think you're gonna be next. I think you are next, actually. Picking up the eyes. Sap is gonna be Zerkers. I love that Stormbolt. It doesn't look like he threw it. It's almost like he tossed it. It's just like such a small arc. It's just like a toss it about like a pebble. But it's just a big old hammer right in the dome. Defensive stands out for Boeing. Buff with a big killing spree. That is going to be parry out of the warrior. Blind to follow. This is where Buff needs to get himself a quick reset if he wants to maintain Adrenaline Rush for as long as possible. Did try to go for a meld in order to catch a quick stealth into a stun by Boeing. Gives him an opportunity to potentially just keep the go going. As Buff got himself a bit of damage here too. It is going to back up out of there. Adrenaline Rush down for a little bit. He really needs to have Adrenaline Rush and Stealth available together if he wants to have the most amount of damage. Big Colossus Mesh. That's not going to feel good at all. That is a Battle Stance for the Warrior. That is going to be a Cloak of Shadows for buff for a second. Does have a Disarm. Disarm on the Demolish. Just on back of the Rogue. He has the pistols though. And he's got his Adrenaline Rush coming back up very, very soon. Big Stone, massive burst. Holy, big killing spree. Is it going to be enough though? Does himself vanish last second. Leap, cheap shot. Hold on. Oh, how are you alive? That Warrior found damage out of nowhere. Literally blessed from the heavens above with some damage. I don't know if Buff lives this at this point. It's just full rogue, full dot. Yeah, he lets it. So far, dude, these deals have been like really 1-to-1. The Rogue and the Warrior were really, really close. And now Coda did not have to commit too many cooldowns. And him versus Cryo, essentially, minus a Mortal Coil, going at each other full with cooldowns. Proper 1v1. I love that. Void Elf Rachel, perfect for Coda, creating some space while Cryo got him some big grippy hand, everything available. Is he Unholy? No, he's Frost. So he's got full burst out for the Warlock as well. Massive cleaves, massive hits. Cryo also under a ton of pressure. IBF is Coda just constantly pumping him full of Malefic Raptors and Shadow Bolts. It just got him some the most amount of burst right now. Cryo is living by the skin of his teeth right now with IBF Lidborn rotated with a couple of Death Strikes, but Coda has enough damage, more than enough off of that Mortal Coil to take it. My God. How is he alive? I know, Killing Spree, man. Killing Spree does help him delay the damage. Like, while Killing Spree, he's just taking no damage, and then he, like, takes the damage he took during Killing Spree over 8 seconds, so it's like a dot. So if he pops the Sippy Cup, it may end up helping him heal a little. So maybe that's what it was, yeah? Instant cast out for Coda. As the Demon Hull leaps in, big I-beam should be able to cleave Coda. 1 glaive, 2 glaives. He does get the glaive. He does get the glaive kill, which is exactly what I needed. Is it going to be Chills or is it going to be Coda? Chills took a bit of damage, but he might just have to be the next one in, yeah? Yeah, he is. I do want to see exactly how much damage that ring does, man. Do you guys use it? Is it worth it? Because I see Shaman's using it. I've seen Enhancement Shaman using it a lot. Leap it up in the air, but unless you can just like hit the pet, which you may just have to. Yeah, Chill's just waiting out until the dots take him. Just needs a couple of range hits. That's all he needs. A couple of coils. Does get himself a charge with a stunner right after, but he IBFs it, takes it. Receiver's is going to be up next. Needs to get himself as many pets as possible, and then go for a full Tyrant play. Find a way to get away from Chill Pills too. I don't know if you'll be able to do all of that at once. You technically could summon up more pets using his ghoul as a target and redirect those pets back to Chills. That's actually a really good move. Hold on a second. That's actually an excellent move. Did Chill Pills sacrifice the ghoul? I think he either pulled it back or sacrificed and summoned a new one so DBZ does not have a target. Axos into Chill Pills. He doesn't need an IBF. He does go for the Void Racial just to get himself an angle. Oh, that grippy. And DBZ no longer has a gateway. You can maybe interrupt him. Does go for the wall. Quick blind. DBZ is locked out for a second. He can't really go for a full. He does give himself a Tyrant, but I think the army of the undead for Chill Pills is dominating right now. They're doing far more damage. Chills with a Legendborn. As long as he can get a kick, does get juked out. Fear. Legendborn stops him from Fear. Handle go dance as old DBZ has. Unless he has an out here, I think it's just over. That was so good. I like that one. Hold on a second. I really like the duel and how even things were for the first few. It was so close. I didn't use Lockstones. I could have lived FFS. All good. It's just you being, you know what? It's just you being honorable on purpose, right? Not you forgetting about him. Definitely not.